Throughout human history, housing has been playing two major roles in a man's life. Economically, housing constitutes an important provision to a nation. It provides not only shelter, but also security, comfort, and dignity. It is also a social necessity because good housing enhances healthy living, which in return influences human labor and productivity. That is why the provision of affordable housing in Nigeria cannot be overemphasized. Good to have you join me on today's episode of Housing Development, your go-to source for housing information in Nigeria and beyond. As always, I am Fleur Ani, your housing diva. The news making rounds in the sector is coming up.
A real estate firm, Octo5 Holdings, has reaffirmed its commitment to making affordable housing accessible to Nigerians. The chief executive officer of the company, Mr. Babajide Odusholu, made this known during the handover of Heron's Break Residences, a vertical community of medium-rise apartments recently completed by the company. According to him, the increasingly changing demographics of housing demand requires varied solutions, and most cannot be addressed by the government, noting that the key to meeting the growing demand is to innovate solutions that empower young professionals and families to own or rent homes with ease. Odusholu, however, noted that the exact size of the housing deficit might be debatable. The urgent need for homes with good infrastructure cannot be disputed, as the World Bank estimates that Nigeria will need to provide at least 700,000 units of houses annually to meet its deficit. Women Association of Quantity Surveyors in Nigeria, a national body under the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors, has charged women professionals to improve on their dynamic capabilities as opposed to core competence if they are to survive competition in the building and construction industry. This was made known in a statement by the group, quoting the Rivers State Head of Bureau for Special Projects, George Kelly Alabo, as making the recommendation during a seminar and investiture of the 7th chairperson of the Women Association of Quantity Surveyors in Nigeria, with the theme, Shaping a Leading Culture in the Dynamically Emerging Future Work. Alabo, while giving the keynote lecture, noted that with working in a competitive environment, there are other skills which quantity surveyors need to draw on, especially at the stage of digitization, to be relevant. The Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCTA, has said that there are over 6,000 uncompleted buildings littering the territory, as it has intensified efforts to curb the rising cases of uncompleted buildings in the city center. Alhaji Mukhtar Galadima, the Director, Department of Development Control of FCTA, recently disclosed this in Abuja. Galadima, however, noted that the FCTA, in conjunction with other relevant departments, had sent out letters to the owners of all the uncompleted buildings to complete their structure and put them into their designated use based on the original master plan. He stated that the department have held an interactive session with the owners of the uncompleted buildings, educating them on the consequences of having uncompleted structures all over the city and territory.
Welcome back. For more housing, finance and construction news, do well to visit www.africahousingnews.com. The Ekiti State Mortgage Board has stated its agenda to drive home affordable housing in partnership with key stakeholders in the mortgage and housing sector to enable economic growth in Ekiti State. A conversation of key stakeholders and partners for housing opportunities in Ekiti was held recently at the Ekiti State Liaison Office in Abuja. Housing Development Crew covered the event.
The Ekiti State Mortgage Board has stated its agenda to drive home affordable housing in partnership with key stakeholders in the mortgage and housing sector to enable economic growth in Ekiti State. The Executive Secretary of ESMB, Mrs. Oludayo Olorunfemi, made this known recently at a conversation of key stakeholders and partners for housing opportunities in Ekiti at the Ekiti Liaison Office in Abuja. According to her, the board was set up to ensure the people of Ekiti at home and abroad can have easy access to mortgage loans for home ownership.
As a board, we thought that it was appropriate to bring this message to Ekiti in diaspora Nigeria and let them know that what is happening back home, the establishment of the board, the fact that anyone who is desirous of home ownership can access funding by way of mortgage. The law setting up the board is the Ekiti State Mortgage and Foreclosure Law. So it simply means that your investment in the housing sector is protected. And people who are desirous of home ownership can access mortgage to be able to get funding.
The Deputy Speaker of Ekiti State House of Assembly, Honorable Jamiu Hakim, also present at the event, noted the importance of housing as very crucial, needing a redress as priority on the state government's agenda. He also stressed the existing laws of the land guiding against harassment and speculators to protect the interest of potential investors for affordable housing into Ekiti State.
We passed the law against Monile. In about 2019, we also passed this foreclosure and mortgage law. So it's an offense in Ekiti for anybody, for any land, will be quote unquote Monday to come and disturb you. So it's also an offense for land speculating. So
duly present was the CEO of Connect Homes and Ekiti Homes Agenda, MD Okpe Akeju, who expressed deep satisfaction, commending the management of the board as Ekiti State is ready to create the awareness of the Ekiti State Housing Agenda for All in solving housing deficits in the state, thereby extending the awareness of affordable homes to the people of Ekiti, in the nation and in the diaspora.
We're trying to send the message that Ekiti is ready and serious about solving its housing problem, and to let people know the journey we have been on, which started a few years ago with our vision to build 5,000 homes. And also to let them know that in addition to those different estates, we have the mortgage scheme in place to support it.
The meeting had in attendance partners, investors and stakeholders in their numbers: Miller Fullard Foundation, FHFL, Greenland Concept, Cooperative Mortgage Bank, CMB, amongst others, all pledging unflinching support to ensure affordable homes delivery is a reality for the people of Ekiti at home and abroad.
Welcome back. We've heard of situations where the wife is secretly building a house and the husband gets to find out much later, and vice versa. You know, the husband completes a housing project without the knowledge of the wife. Well, there has been a lot of argument raised on this issue and voices on the street today. Let's see the reactions of some Nigerians on this.
I will react first badly, because ordinarily he would have informed me. But at the same time, I will calm down to find out why she did that. And if I find out why she did it, I may not react further. I will maybe see reason with her.
If we actually build the house on the level of surprise, I'll be happy, because for it to lay a foundation down to its completion, that means generally have good stock for us. But if you build a house without a surprise or building a house for interior motive, I'll really be angry, because in a relationship, there's going to be what we call communication and faithfulness. Both of us supposed to tell each other things and no hidden secrets in relationship.
I must know other sources of revenue. I must know whether I have an enterprising wife. You know, some women are naturally enterprising. They are goal-getters. They enter the field, they take risks like men, make some efforts, and those efforts can yield money for this kind of projects. So I must put all these things into consideration before even accepting to go near the house. If all these things are not clear to me, I will ignore her and the house. She will live in the house alone.
First of all, ask him why he did that, and then if he gives me a reasonable reason, I'll be okay with it. But if he doesn't give me a reasonable reason, I'll call him.
If it's for our good, if it's for the family good, it's a pleasant surprise. So I'll be ecstatic, I'll be happy, I'll be joyful, I'll rejoice with her, I'll rejoice with all of us because it's a pleasant surprise. It's like God just answered our prayer. But if it's, on our own, fully on our own, I'll be like, wow, I'll be sad, I'll be surprised also, but of course in a pleasant way, and then I will not react so nice to it because why would she go through all those just to come out and then to see this? That means it's not in our best interest, so I would not be happy about that.
Where to be a surprise, I think I would really be surprised. I mean, who doesn't love surprises? But if there was an ulterior motive, like there was a motive and it wasn't intended for me to be surprised, I mean, I would really not be surprised. And you know what I mean by really not be surprised? I'll be really angry,
Man, that's bad. That's very, very bad. In fact, I'm so upset, so mad that I built a house without letting me know. Man, that is a very, very big offense. So for me, if she does that, I'll divorce her. Instantly, I'll divorce.
My wife, my spouse build a house without my knowledge. It's a good thing. That's my own view. Because at least, since she's my spouse, it's all about we, the family. Unless if she have anything contrary to that. But if she has a house, it's our property. Likewise, if I have a house, it's our property. So I don't see anything bad in it.
If my spouse builds a house without my knowledge, I'll be surprised. Very, very surprised. But I'll take it with a pinch of salt. And we'll try to reason together and I'll enjoy the house.
Voices on the street there, and the question is, what would you do if you find out your spouse is secretly building a house without your knowledge? Why some say they'll be very angry, won't live in the same house with the spouse, or even fight for a divorce. Others says it's a good thing, not bad, as long as his or her excuses are tenable. Let's hear from you. What would you do if your spouse secretly builds a house without your knowledge? Hook us up on all our social media handles displayed on your screen.
Abuja International Housing Show brings an amazing opportunity to exhibit, network, develop new business relationships, and make sales. The Abuja International Housing Show is Africa's biggest building and construction show, with more than 15,000 participants and over 400 exhibitors from 21 countries. Its large international participation provides excellent opportunities for global sharing of knowledge, expertise, products, and best practices. Abuja International Housing Show brings together industry leaders, investors, buyers, and entrepreneurs to develop markets and business partnerships. The event gives you access to leading-edge technical information, equipment exhibition, and valuable new professional contacts from around the world. Abuja International Housing Show, the largest housing expo in Africa.
program is housing development. Our special guest of the week is Builder Aliyu Magaji, the Managing Director of Abuja Property Development Company. In this exclusive interview, he speaks of APDC commitment to housing low-income Nigerians and the importance of the housing sector to the economy. Take a listen.
The Managing Director of Abuja Property Development Company, Builder Aliyu Magaji, in an exclusive interview with Housing Development, said the importance of the housing sector in the economy cannot be overemphasized. He said housing contributes greatly to the country's GDP, which creates a multiplier effect by providing direct and indirect jobs and reducing unemployment in the economy.
A lot of opportunities in construction, right from during construction, post-construction, and there are many jobs that can be created and lots of economic activities. You have suppliers, you have artisans, you have contractors and service providers that all engage in construction. So construction is a very important key in the economy.
Magaji assured APDC is committed in building affordable homes in various states of the country, stating that one of the organization's major goals is to build a large number of homes to accommodate a lot of Nigerians. He emphasized that the organization is working with various mortgage banks to ensure easy access to mortgage, also stating that 40% of subscribers are individuals who were able to own their homes through NHF. He mentioned that Nigerians who are not in the formal sector can also own their homes through this mortgage.
Up to 40% of our subscribers are NHF, and they were able to own the houses through the NHF program. Most people didn't believe that those things work, but they do work, of course, and it's very simple. Once you are interested, you have picked a house of your choice, then you look at your take-home pay and your age in service, and also your biological age. Retirement age in public service is 60 years. In years of service is 35 years. So you just do the maths. Whatever that is left, whichever one is smaller, that is what you are going to use. And then you take 1/3 of your monthly pay and spread over that period. That would now afford you the possibility of getting that mortgage.
In his final statement, he spoke on the increase in building collapse and encouraged the government to create a higher measure for the enforcement of rules and regulations governing the industry to avoid such reoccurrence, also emphasizing the need for local production of building materials in the country.
They need to make sure that all the rules, regulations we have are enforced. Once there's enforcement, to a large extent, those things can be reduced to the barest minimum. When people do things and get away with it, many others will do the same.
What you think, what you wish, what you dream, we can give you home, your office, anywhere.
At Urban Shelter Limited, we are committed to your satisfaction in terms of good housing construction, infrastructure, flexible payment plans, and that's not all. We uphold affordability, reliability, quality, and innovation.
We make your living better. We are Urban Shelter.
Urban Shelter, distinctive homes, prestigious offices.
Builder Aliyu Magaji there, the Managing Director of Abuja Property Development Company. Welcome back. The 16th Abuja International Housing Show is fast approaching. Are you into real estate, construction, furniture making, home decor, mortgage finance, security gadgets and equipment? Then Abuja International Housing Show is the best place to be. Come July 25th to 28th, 2022 at the International Conference Center, Abuja, Nigeria. Now in this detailed report, we'll bring you what the show has achieved in 15 years of its existence and the testimonials from exhibitors. Let's have a look.
The housing show is important to us
because the Abuja market is good for our plaster of Paris and plasterboard market. And for us, what the intention of being here is to just expose the company to as many people as we can.
The role it plays for our business and how we've experienced its impact is why we've come again and again and again.
It's an opportunity for us to meet prospective clients and also advise people.
We are extremely happy about the agenda, so centric on affordable housing.
It's a platform for us to share ideas. It's a platform for us to take something back home. So basically it's a good platform for the housing industry.
This is not our first time. We have been part of this program since 2012. And it has been so amazing.
Oh, we've been at Abuja International Housing Show from the beginning. So this is 15 years, and so we've been partners in this, yes.
Brought a lot of exposure to the company. I want to appreciate the Abuja Housing Show and want to tell you guys to continue doing what you're doing.
The good thing is the partnership that the Abuja International Housing Show helps to create. It what makes all of this sensible.
Abuja International Housing Show is a networking event basically for me, where people from different fields in the construction and building industry can come around and meet each other, network.
Events like this will actually go a long way in ensuring that the gap is bridged, and that will really go a long way to also help economic development.
Testimonials from exhibitors at the 15th Abuja International Housing Show. You've seen it all. You know that there are a lot to benefit from the Abuja International Housing Show. For the 16th edition, go register at www.ihsabuja.com or call the numbers displayed on your screen. Coming up next is our Women Crush Wednesday segment. Let's find out who deserves to be crowned our Women Crush this Wednesday.
Our Woman Crush this Wednesday is none other than Nuru Susan Iangete. She is an award-winning architect with a distinctive and dynamic working style. She is British educated with a bachelor's and master's degree in architecture, being a chartered architect and member of the Royal Institute of British Architects, RIBA, Architects Registration Board of the United Kingdom, NIA Abuja Chapter, and AQRB Tanzania. Nuru Susan is the managing director of Epitome Developers Limited, a real estate development and consultancy company. Her love for sustainable but exceptional designs has ensured her creation of homes rather than housing. Amongst our impressive list of projects are an ambitious award-winning 112 houses of 36 designs in Tanzania, an affordable housing project of 56 homes, and a high-end residential project close to the prestigious Ibom Hotel in Uyo. Her passion doesn't stop there. She is also project manager to the Family Homes Funds Limited for 650 affordable homes in Delta State. With over 25 years experience in the real estate sector, her clients have included international organizations such as the World Bank, ILO, various embassies in the United States and United Kingdom, prestigious banks, amongst others. As a Tanzanian married to a Nigerian, she strives to bring diversity to her business, always rooting it in her passion for quality, sustainable design, green architecture, and affordable housing. A definitely happily married woman. All of this and more has qualified Nuru Susan Iangete as our Woman Crush this Wednesday.
If you'd like to feature anyone on our Woman Crush Wednesday segment, send an email via housingprogramonit@gmail.com. Our Woman Crush Wednesday segment is also open for sponsorship. Call 081 665 70090. That is it on housing development today. Thanks for watching. Know that there is always more on housing development. So join me same time, same station next week. As always, I am Flora Ani, your housing diva. Do stay safe. Housing development today. Thanks for watching.